Okay.
Hey everybody, this is Bo from the Z Sports Lounge. We are coast to coast over to Australia, back again to Asia, shoot across the Middle East. Hey, say hello to those folks out there who are just crazy about soccer. Back again to England, where soccer and rugby are king, but American hockey is catching on. Back to Detroit, and we're going to shoot the signal all the way from Detroit up to Saginaw Valley. Talk to head basketball coach, Coach Smith. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great.
Now, Coach,
Very excited. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Coach.
No, I'm very excited about the upcoming season. We got a ton of challenges ahead of us, and but I'm really excited. It's basketball. I can smell basketball in the air. So we're really excited about everything here at Saginaw, and we know we're going to have a challenging season.
You've got a very successful background. That's one of the things we noticed on you from MAC and from everything you've done previously. Can you talk a little bit for our audience about your background, and then we'll go into the season and some of your seniors and some of your freshmen?
Me personally, I'm originally from Southern West Virginia, as you probably could tell by the accent. And I had been a high school coach there for 11 years. I was an assistant of 5 and a head coach for 6. And then had a bunch of very good basketball players and got fortunate in 1999. And my team won the West Virginia Class AA state championship. And then before that, I'd been working summer camps and stuff and got to know Charlie Coles very well. And he was the head coach at Miami, Ohio University. So in 1999, he brought me on to Miami, and I was with him the past 8 years. So I was blessed to have that opportunity at Miami University. And then when the head coaching job come open here at Saginaw Valley State, I applied for it, and once again was blessed again with given the opportunity to be the head coach here.
Now, Coach, what are some of the things that you've seen change from your high school to your college ranks?
Well, obviously, you know, the overall talent is much, much better. The guard plays much better in college than it is in high school. And actually, the game overall, I should say, post players as well. And then the coaching, it's just a whole new level of excitement and a whole new level of energy and athletic ability, and obviously great coaching. So it's just an overall metamorphosis, a complete change. It's nothing like it was. Coaching, still coaching, because you have to have passion for what you're doing, but the level of intensity of ball is much better.
I think the one thing that stands out glaringly is that you might have an 8th grader that is really good, step into high school ranks and do really well, and with their talent that they have, but when they get to college, it's a whole ball game change. It is a totally different game, and they need to really start training and working out in the offseason. Can you talk a little bit about that before we start talking about your freshmen and your seniors?
Yeah, well, you know what it is. It's basketball anymore, and I should say just sports all over the world has basically become year-round. So anybody that's good from one season to the next season doesn't really mean a lot, you know, because you have to get better in the off-season and put a lot of time and a lot of work into it. So, you know, every sport has basically become year-round, you know, and all the kids got to be lifting weights and doing agilities and aerobics and everything, you know, the whole year round. So it's, you know, it's not easy for anybody just to be an average. You're just going to be an average player if that's the way you end up doing things. So, you know, you have to be dedicated.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about some of your seniors that are here. Their performances, who stands out in your mind, and who's really the leadership on the squad?
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike Zudavine is a center for us that's coming back this year. That'll be our post player, our center player. And him and Mario Mackey are our only 2 seniors that we presently have on the team. First, talking about Mike, man, he is a high-energy player. Absolutely fell in love with him the first time I met him, and then obviously when we started doing individual workouts as well as practice. He's, like I said, a kind of guy that I love because he gets up and down the floor, runs the floor like a deer, has a lot of energy, plays great defense, and I think I'm hoping that he can be tagged. I don't know if they have it in the GLIAC, but I'm hoping he can be tagged as the most improved player from one year to the next, because I think he's really excited about his senior year, and he's just getting better and better every day. And like I said, his personality and his mentality are the things that are going to make him a great basketball player. The other senior we have on our team is Mario Mackey. He's a transfer to us from Idaho University. He'll be a quick point guard for us. He's about 5'9", and he's really cat quick with the ball. You know, he can really get in there off ball screens and off the dribble and create and get shots. So as long as he's taking care of the ball and not turning it over, and we're getting a good chance to score, you know, we would have a chance to be pretty good offensively.
Yeah, the senior leadership is so important on a team. Now, do you have any juniors that are really rolling to play that really help solidify the coaching staff and really the leadership in the squad?
Well, I tell you what, Lawrence Ross was one of the top 5 players voted yesterday in the GLEAC, one of the top 5 players in the league, and he's a junior for us this year. And he's from Battle Creek, Michigan. So Lawrence will be one of the best players in the league. And I was just telling our women's assistant, Vonnie Kilmer, about him. Our women's head coach, Vonnie Kilmer, about him. And we were just talking about Lawrence, and I said, he amazes me every day because of his dedication on both ends of the court, both offensively as well as defensively. And he's really a high-energy guy, plays well, shoots the ball well, and is really an explosive athlete. So Lawrence will be our team leader in a variety of ways, most importantly because of his offensive and defensive ability. We got another junior that transferred to us. He's originally from Romulus High School, and that's Dante Williams. And Dante transferred to us from East Tennessee State. So he'll be. We expect him to start at the other wing with Lawrence Ross this year as well. So we've got 2 juniors that we feel should go really well with our 2 seniors that we have, and then we've got a couple other guys. Adrian Taylor from New Zealand, who had the chance to play, if not start a lot for us, as well as Avery Stevenson, another kid from Romulus. So, we've got about 5 or 6 guys that we're real happy with. We're actually kind of at a deficit. When I was hired for the job, it was already 2 weeks into school, so I couldn't recruit anybody and bring them in. So we may be the only team in the nation that only has 7 scholarship players and 7 walk-ons. And the walk-ons are from the general public here, the general student body, I should say. So it's going to be a challenging year, but we're really working hard right now.
Yeah, the nice thing about those walk-ons is Nebraska, historically in football, strongest positions came from walk-ons, and that new administration that has been obviously in the press all over the place is getting criticized for not paying attention to the walk-ons. So it's nice that you got guys that try out, want to be part of the squad, because you might have some gems hidden those grass right there that might lead the way to the promised land for you. Now, the freshmen that are incoming right now, who are some of the ones that stand out in your mind thus far in the season that look like they're showing some serious potential for you all?
Well, I tell you what, our freshmen are probably going to be a year or 2 away from giving us anything immediately because we only have 2 of them. And I should say 2 that are preferred walk-ons. We have no freshmen that are coming in that are scholarship players. But we do have a 6'9" kid named Adam Roberts from Adrian, Michigan, who's got a chance to play some for us because he is 6'9". And the rest of the guys, actually, to tell you the truth, are more of our walk-on guys. We only have 7 scholarship players and then 2 preferred walk-ons who were here when I came as freshmen, and then obviously the other 5 walk-ons that I kept.
You're definitely going to have some fun this season. I can tell in your voice you're looking forward to the challenges ahead of yourself.
Yeah. You know what? I was saying in the press conference yesterday, I feel very blessed to have this opportunity. God's blessed me to have a chance to coach in the GLEAC. But then after the season starts, I may feel like I'm being punished instead of being blessed. So we'll have to just wait and see where it goes from there. But I'm very excited about this opportunity. I'm very excited about Saginaw Valley State University as a school, and I love the location. So I think the potential for this job to explode and be a great job is there. It's just going to take me a little while to get some recruits in here, as well as I'm very happy with the guys that I have on scholarship now. So we're going to get after it this year, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Now, Coach, going from Miami University to Saginaw Valley, what was the biggest change for you? I know it's still kind of new, your blood's still flowing, the energy level's still pumping, but what was some of the things that you get used to for the change?
Well, you know what? The biggest change, obviously, is going from an assistant coach to head coach again. And Daryl Hedricks is a legendary coach at Miami University. And he coached Ron Harper at Miami. And Daryl Hedricks was telling me when I was coming up for the interview, he told me, he said, Frankie, when I was an assistant, I thought I knew everything there was about the game until I moved 18 inches to the left and I sat in that head coaching chair. He said, then I found out I didn't know very much. So I'm hoping that that just the big adjustment to being a head coach again, because it obviously all falls on you. I never got blamed for anything good or bad that went on at Miami. Charlie Coles did. Well, now I'm in the hot seat. Anything that goes on good, I'll be praised. Anything that goes on bad, I'll be hit over the head. So, it's just going to be the responsibility of a head coach and actually having a team. There's something to be said. We did a community service at Francis Del Rey Middle School last Friday, and I was looking at my guys, and I just remember saying in my mind, let me look at this hand I've been dealt, because I am the head coach now, so I just stepped back and looked at him. So, it's just really just the responsibility of being a head coach, but also the excitement about being a head coach, especially at a school, in a community, in a place that I believe in, and I really feel that way about Saginaw, Michigan.
Absolutely. Saginaw Valley's got some really interesting stuff as far as their football program and their other programs. And then right across the state a little bit is Grand Valley, which is the big monster in the state. So you definitely are in a very competitive, very visible league division in Division II. So it's a very tough area to be in.